What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for my weekly good and bad video. This one's going to be doing the good and bad video for Carol from The Walking Dead.
Where the hell is your family?
The island's not clear. It was, until the others came.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be doing the good and bad video for Carol, of course, Carol Pelletier. Of course, this video was suggested by Epic Zombie Killer. Everybody go subscribe to Epic Zombie Killer. If you want to suggest the next good and bad video, all you got to do is write, be the first one to comment. And, of course, the way you'll know your suggestion is next. For next week's Character Spotlight video is I will pin your comment on the top so everybody can see that you are the one that's going to be suggesting the next Character Spotlight. And I give a shout out to the person that suggests the next character that, we talk about for this good and bad video. So, yeah, really cool stuff. So, of course, these good and bad videos, I definitely want to say real quick, these are kind of the next thing. We used to do a lot of spotlights now. These are kind of the next videos I'm doing. And, I think they're going great so far. You guys really seem to be enjoying them, so that's really good. And I will continue these, for as long as I can, But, yeah, so far on the channel, we've done the Rick Grimes one. We did the Glenn one, and we did the Dale one last weekend. So, now we're going to do one on Carol. And definitely this one, guys, I have to say, is going to be a very surprising one for you guys, because I actually have a lot of bad decisions that Carol has made throughout the series. Maybe you guys are going to be shocked about that, but I do not like Carol in season 10. I don't. And I know I'm going to get hate for that, but I do not like what they're doing with Carol right now. I find her very annoying, very frustrating to watch, and I hope they fix it, because honestly, I don't like Carol at all in season 10. I actually hate Carol in season 10. I'm never going to hate you. Well, I hate her in season 10. So, but that's season 10, not the rest of the series, guys. Let's make that clear. Season 1 Carol to season 9 Carol, I love her. I think she's one of the best females in the show. But what they're doing with her in season 10, I can't wrap my head around why they would go this route with her. Like, honestly, trying to kill Alpha makes sense, obviously. But the way she's doing things is really frustrating. And getting other people hurt, like Connie and like Magna, just to get Alpha's death. And now, like, I don't know, I can't stand it. So, yeah, but she's introduced in The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 3, I believe, maybe Episode 2, but she's, introduced at the very beginning of the series, of course, as she washes Rick's clothes for him. That's very kind, thank you. It's like, you would have never expected her to be somebody that tough at the beginning of the series, but, first good decision from her. Giving Rick the bomb at the CDC, that has to be a good decision from Carol. When she gave Rick that Carol got them out of the CDC by giving Rick that grenade, or bomb, giving Rick the grenade. So that definitely is one. Another good decision, of course, is, basically, hiding under the cars with everybody and kind of keeping her mouth shut, even when Sophia is getting attacked by walkers. Like, as much as she wanted to scream, she didn't. She kind of, she still kind of kept her cool, which is definitely a very good decision from her. Because otherwise the walkers would have hurt everybody else under the cars and all that kind of stuff if Carol screamed, But, when it comes to Sophia going missing and stuff, I have to say, honestly, guys, the Sophia going missing stuff, I can't stand when she blames Rick. I mean, I get it, okay? I get it. I absolutely do. But Rick tried to save her. There is that. But she's just a child. You can't leave her out there on her own, that type of thing. And, of course, we all know what happens to Sophia. It's very, very tragic for sure. And they're looking for her for a very long time, and it's definitely really upsetting. And definitely, I can't say any good or bad decisions from Carol with the whole Sophia thing. Carol had nothing to do with why she went missing, why she's dead, or anything like that. That's between Sophia and Rick, honestly. But definitely you got to feel bad for her, and it is still worth mentioning, but that nothing good or bad, for Carol, when it comes to the death of her daughter. She didn't do anything wrong, or good either, So yeah, but of course, Season 2 goes through, and I find she just fades into the background for a lot of it, so I can't really mention too much. Season 3, of course, with the prison, we get to see her become a lot more, tough once we get to the prison storyline. She learns how to shoot a gun. Very good decision. Even though she almost hits Rick's foot when they're trying to clear the prisoner, she's like, sorry, you guys remember that? So, there is that. But, so I guess that's kind of, but it's still a good decision because she learns how to shoot a gun and all that kind of stuff. And now, shoots guns fans, like, just, like, whatever, you know? Yeah, anyway, so that's pretty cool. But, we get to also see in this season, Carol kind of, really almost in a way, kind of, maybe have some kind of, you know, friendship or something with Daryl, you know, because when Daryl leaves, she kind of has, like, when Daryl leaves and goes off with Merle in season 3, you know, she's like, where's Daryl, where's Daryl? So, that's around the time when people were starting to kind of think maybe we could see some kind of relationship between Daryl and Carol. I actually did around that time think they might have, you know, done that, but then they never did, so I'm just like, oh, man, you know, honestly, and at this point, I'm just like, yeah, they're probably not going to do it, but, especially because Connie's in the show now and all that kind of stuff, and I think they're going to do the Connie and Daryl thing, so yeah, cool stuff, though. So, and I hope to see Connie back in the series really soon, you know. But, basically, season 3 goes through, and, you know, of course, there's the stuff with her and T-Dog. T-Dog leads her, you know, through the tombs, and, of course, does save her life, pretty much. You know, no decisions from Carol were really, you know, made all that much. Now, one good decision from Carol in season 3. Telling Andrea to go, sleep with the governor and kill him in his sleep. I love that, you know, because that is when Carol went from, like, season 1 Carol to, like, the Carol we know, you know? Yeah, when she told Andrea, give the governor the best night of his life, so when he's sleeping, you can end this. Wow, you know, like, honestly, that's one of those times where I was like, Carol, like, I was like, what? Like, that's Carol talking right there? Like, you know, kind of took me a minute to realize that, you know, earlier on when I was watching it, I was like, that Carol really just said that? Like, the innocent Carol, really? Like, wow. Not so innocent, I guess, eh? So, you know, and, of course, we get to see, season 4 go through, and she kills Karen and David. So, of course, with the whole flu storyline going on right now, you know, well, actually, it's kind of ironic, you know, the coronavirus, and then we're talking about the flu and Walking Dead, but, you know, she kills Karen and David. So, I guess never trust Carol with the coronavirus, I guess. I don't know, you know, that's, yeah, that's, I guess we can't trust her around these days, you know? Anyway, so of course we get to see, Carol kill Karen and David, and you know, around this time is when I was like, okay, Carol, honestly, wow, like she really is adjusting to the world, maybe a little too much, you know, but she kills Karen and David to kind of try to keep the illness from spreading, so that I understand, but of course Rick kicks her out of the group and she's gone for a while, so, you know, was it a good decision or bad decision to kill Karen and David? I'm gonna say, honestly, a good decision because she kept the group safe from, you know, more people dying, getting sick, or anything like that. So even though Rick kicked her out, I still kind of agree with it in a sense, you know. But again, you know, you could make a case that maybe it wasn't a good idea, yeah. But she made it quick. She kind of just thought of it, and she wanted to keep everybody safe, so it makes sense. And she paid the price by getting kicked out by Rick from the group. So yeah, cool stuff. So I'm going to say a good decision for her killing, you know, Karen and David. Now, Lizzie. So, of course, the prison's destroyed. She comes and she, you know, sees Tyrese and the girls and stuff. And we have the Grove episode. So, you know, honestly, the only really bad decision was she should have seen how crazy Lizzie was before. She should have seen it. You know, she said that to Tyrese, you know, and now it's too late and she killed Mika. So, Carol killing Lizzie for me is another very, very good decision. One of her best decisions ever. You know, honestly, I can't express it enough, honestly. As messed up and dark as it is, you know, honestly, she had really no choice because there was no other way out, you know, there was no fixing what Lizzie did, you know. So yeah, told her to look at the flowers, and that's that. And actually, episode 14 of season 10 is called Look at the Flowers. That's going to be kind of cool to see. But of course, Terminus. So she pretty much saves the group from Terminus and, you know, puts the walker guts on, goes in, kills Mary, gets the group out. Like, that is my favorite Carol scene from the entire series. Right there. Saving the group from Terminus. Good decision. Such a good decision. Like, I can't express it enough. I love it when she saves the group. So, that is definitely something. And she kind of earns her place back, you know, again. So, of course, we get to see her and Daryl go after Beth, of course, and she gets captured by the hospital people, run over by a car, and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, her getting captured and stuff, she should have known not to just run out in the street when she knew full well that there were the police officers right there in the street that they just saw at the window like 2 minutes before. And now all of a sudden Carol just doesn't even look. She just runs out in the middle of the street. Like, you know, to me it's something like this where it's like, why'd she just go out on her own? Because then she gets run over by the car. It's like, sorry, Carol, bad decision. Very bad decision, because then, of course, she gets knocked out and she's, you know, taken hostage at the hospital. So, Yeah, but anyway, so we get to see the death of Beth, and we get to see basically her fool the Alexandrians. You know, she doesn't really, act like how strong like she actually is. You know, she kind of acts like, Rick and the others protected her, even though she's the one that just saved them like 2 months before, or like however long that was before. Or maybe it was like a month or so since then. I don't know. Like, but they did a bit of a time skip after the death of Beth, I remember. So, Carol acting all innocent and towards the Alexandrians and stuff, and I have to say that was such a good decision. That's another one of my favorite stuff. One of the best parts for Carol is when she's acting all innocent and, she takes the guns or whatever. Now, threatening Sam was another one. So, if you do, one morning you'll wake up, you won't be in your bed, you'll be outside the walls, far, far away tied to a tree. I was like, okay, wow. But she scares the kid, and the kid doesn't say nothing, so as messed up as it is, good decision for Carol, honestly, I'm gonna have to say. Then of course in season 6, of course, we get to see her kind of around this time have first off, the wolves attack and she dresses up as a wolf. Another amazing decision. You know, she was the one in JSS. She was really the one that shut that, stuff down, like Negan would say, she was really the one that took care of business, because, she put the W on her head, she walked around, and she killed, like, pretty much most, if not, like, pretty much all of the wolves that attacked Alexandria. She basically won the fight against the wolves, she saved Alexandria, and that's... Carol, it's just, Carol's awesome. But basically, we get to see her save the group. Morgan doesn't want to kill anybody. She's like, okay, whatever, I'm still going to kill these wolves. I don't care what you think. We get to see her kind of have a little bit of a tougher time in the second half, season 6. Morgan and stuff kind of gets to her around this time. And I really hate when Carol leaves the group. I find that just really annoying, She doesn't want to kill anybody anymore, all these things. And she just leaves. She even takes one of their cars that, like with the spikes on it, and it's like, where are you going? Like, how many times, I love Carol, but this was one of the times, like, every time Carol leaves the group, which is like 50,000 times, I'm like, where are you going? What is your plan here? What are you thinking? Like, honestly, what is this gonna accomplish? She said she left because she can't kill for anyone. She leaves Alexandria and she kills the saviors on the road that are trying to kill her anyway. What are you doing? Honestly, like, I can't do it. Carol leaving the group and then leaving the kingdom again and just staying in a cabin for like half a season or more. Such an annoying time for Carol for me. I don't know. I just found that very frustrating, and I'm going to have to say bad decision for Carol for that. So, of course, after that, after Morgan tells her that Glenn and Abraham were killed, that kind of makes her fight. We get to see her in an all-out war. She fights the Saviors, all that kind of stuff. I thought it was pretty good all the way through. Of course, Tobin dies, of course, and all this stuff. So, all this stuff goes down in an all-out war, and she helps fight, so definitely very good decision from Carol. Now, this is when we get the big time skip, of course, about a year and a half or so. We get, her and Rick and them, and they're kind of trying to, these Saviors, like Jed and some of the others, they're kind of causing some trouble back at the camp or whatever. Rick is kind of trying to keep the peace at this time. This is around the time where we get to see Rick's final episodes and stuff, but Carol really stands by Rick and says, whatever you're deciding, I got it, and Jed puts a knife to Carol, of course, and even still, Carol manages to get the knife away from her and stab, Jed. So, of course, we get to see, or her say to Jed, because every life counts, right? And she looks at Rick like, really, Rick? Like, and it makes sense. Like, Rick, honestly, maybe Rick should have just killed most of the bad saviors, and maybe even Negan himself, Obviously, because, I don't... For the show, I think Negan being in the show is good. I would never want them to kill off Negan. I'm just saying, for Rick, I think things would have calmed down if they would have killed most of the saviors and Negan and all this stuff. I kind of agree with Maggie when it comes to just getting it done and that type of thing. So, there is that. But again, Rick was trying to keep the peace, so I can't say anything about that. But Carol really stands by Rick in this time, and, she respects him. So, then we get the big time skip. She grows her hair out like crazy. and she's part of the Kingdom, of course, and then we get to see the Whisper storyline play through. So, of course, this is when she loses Henry, and, you know, I have to say, you know, that was probably the big moment for her recently, is when she loses Henry to Alpha, pretty much. So, you know, we get to see in Season 10. So, this, guys, is when I just started hating Carol, and I have pretty much all the way up until this point from right now where I'm talking about. Once she gets off that boat, I just hate Carol from then on out. You know, she tries to kill Alpha recklessly, misses. I love how Alpha's just standing there, doesn't even move, you know? But, you know, it's just like, Carol, what are you doing? Like, honestly, I know you're angry, but, like, keep your cool. Like, honestly, you've kept your cool your whole life. And you lost Sophia, you still kept your cool. You know, you lost Lizzie, you still kept your cool. You know, but all of a sudden Henry dies, which is just one of, like, the 1,000 kids she has. Now all of a sudden she's losing her mind, you know? I don't know, I just can't really stand that, to be honest. But, basically, she, you know, I'm not really going to discuss this too much. You know, she goes after Alpha, she does all these risky things, and, you know, she finally now has, well, first of all, Connie and Magna, everything that happens to her, to happen to them in the cave is because of her, so we have to acknowledge that. So, bad decision for trying to kill Alpha, trying to run after Alpha, running after Alpha, and then also bad decision for what she did to Carol, or to Magna and, Connie being stuck in the cave. It's because of them, you know. It's because of Carol that they are, well, Connie is still stuck in the cave, you know. And that Magna is, you know, injured the way she is. So yeah, I don't know. For me, it's just like, you know, I don't like Carol. And then the recent stuff we see, her and Negan were working together, and she says, took you long enough. So, she got what she wanted, sure, but honestly, I do not feel happy for her. I do not really feel anything right now for Carol and her character. I kind of feel a bit of disgust, you know, right now, because the way that she did things, and, you know, and the way she was using Negan to do all these things, like, I don't know, I don't have respect for Carol right now, guys. Maybe Carol in Season 1 to 9, but not in Season 10. Carol in Season 10, I hope they fix her character, because, man, I do not like her character right now at all. So yeah, that's just me being honest with you guys. So yeah, you know, in terms of this video though, I have to say, you know, a lot of the bad decisions are more recent stuff, and when she left the group in like Season 6 and 7. But aside from that, guys, I mean, she is an amazing character, you know. Season 1 to 9 Carol, I love her character. I think she's a really, really great character. Season 10 Carol, man, she needs to do something. But, you know, I have to say, I still really enjoy her character throughout the series. One of, if not maybe the toughest female in the show. But I'd say Michonne first, but Carol is probably second for me. I really love Carol's character. So yeah, write your comments in the comment section below. If you're new here, click the subscribe button so you're sending my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I will catch you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?